in there for a called strike. 0-2. Rather large and annoying truck takes off behind us at the intersection.
Yeah, again, right behind the grandstand here are the streets, as the back of the grandstand behind home plate is right on the corner.
Real estate is priceless here in Newport. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, gets away, and the runners will advance. That may be charged as a pass ball. Well, I have to check on the official scorer. Wild pitch, says the official scorer, Brian Cole. So runners at second and third, 2 in scoring position, 1 out. Miller at the plate. 1-2 the count. From the set, Kentkevich, the pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit to center field. It'll score a run, crossing the plate, Hagstrom. Wendell loads up at third, in at first with a base hit is Miller. And the Newport Gulls lead it 6-2. Jeff Miller knocks in his 8th run of the season. Now I've runners to the corners with 1 out for Kyle Hankard. Hankard will be the 6th man to bat here in the 6th inning. Kyle grounded out to end the first, walked in the third. He had a 2-run home run in the 5th. His 8th of the season. He's one of the league leaders in that category. Hankard, batting .379, is knocked in 28 runs. Again, has hit 8 home runs, not including 2 versus Team USA on July 4th here at Cardines Field. Leads the Gulls in almost every offensive category. Hankard just named NECBL Player of the Week for the 2nd time, Offensive Player of the Week. Batting here, runners at the corners. 1 down versus Kentkevich. Kyle steps up to the plate. Kentkevich gets the sign from Guerrero. He kicks, deals. Low ball 1.
Well, Hankard had that 2-run home run over the left field fence back in the 5th inning, his last at bat.
Throw back to first, and diving back in is Miller. Only 1 man out.
He drew a walk back in the 3rd inning and then grounded out to second base back in the 1st inning.
The pitch. Strike call in the inside corner, 1-1. Kentkevich has given up 1 home run on the season. Kyle Hankard has hit a grand slam this season. I believe it came in Torrington. I could be wrong, though. Could have been Danbury, the pitch. Inside. No, I believe it was Torrington. 2-1 the count.
I don't really
You would
remember.
know more than I would.
I don't seem to remember that, though. I can't think. I just can't think of it.
It was in the Gulls' 5-4 loss, I believe, to the Twisters.
Huh. Maybe that's why I don't remember, because they ended up losing anyway. Maybe there was a grand slam.
Pitch is low ball 3. Hitters count now 3-1 to Hankard. It appears that Kentkevich is clearly pitching around Kyle here. I want to give him the fastball over the plate. He'll crush it. He looks in, gets the sign. Our runners lead. Instead, time is called. At first, Miller, or an RBI single. At third, Wendell walked. The pitch. Ball 4, he walked him, and they'll load it up again. Kyle walks for the 2nd time tonight. Here comes Zach Clem. Clem has a pair of walks and a strikeout on that. He's 0 for 1. Zach Clem has had 2 home runs this season. With the bases loaded, he had a grand slam versus the North Adams Steeplecats here at Cardines Field 1 week ago. All of his home runs came in that game. Part of a doubleheader versus North Adams that the Gulls swept, scoring 31 runs over the course of the day, including 7 home runs.
Well, Twister manager Greg Hunt is calling in a new pitcher now. We'll identify him in a moment. I would say that looks like Peterson. That'd be Mark Peterson.
Mark Peterson. So I'll tell you about him next as we have a pitching change coming to you from Cardines Field. With the bases loaded, the Gulls leading at 6-2 here on the Newport Gulls Television Network. Mark Peterson to be the third pitcher of the night for the Torrington Twisters as we go here into the last half of the sixth inning. Just still one out. 2 runs home here in the inning for the Gulls. They have the bases loaded. The batter will be Zach Clem. Peterson, 3.91 ERA. He's 1-0 in 16 appearances, all of them in relief for the Twisters. Peterson has pitched 23 innings, given up 23 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned. He's walked 12, struck out 14. He's given up 6 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. He's thrown 2 wild pitches, has hit 1 batter. He'll have to face Zach Clem here with the bases jammed.
Yeah, Mark Peterson, a right-hander from Central Connecticut State University. He's a sophomore from Canton, Connecticut. 6 feet 3 inches tall, 210 pounds.
After Clem, it's Blake Church. The Twisters may be looking for a double play ball to get out of this inning without any more damage done. It's a critical game for them. Not much time left for Torrington. The Torrington have, the Twisters I should say, and the Gulls have had some outstanding playoff games in the past couple of seasons.
Right.
1 out, the pitch, inside, ball 1, the bases loaded. For last season, the fog game here at Cardines Field in Newport was finishing a doubleheader the next day, which was split between the Gulls and the Twisters. From the set, Peterson, the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a pop fly back over the bleachers onto Westmount ball straight out of play, 1-1. The Gulls went on to win that series, move on, defeat River Point, and go on to the NCBL Championship, losing 2-1 to the Sanford Mariners. 1 out. Bases are loaded. 1-1 the count to Zach Clem, the pitch. Missing, high and outside, ball 2. One man out here in the inning. Clem looks in. Waits the pitch, here it comes. Swinging another foul back and out of play. Counting up at 2-2. 2 years ago, Twisters defeated the Newport Gulls in the Division Championship Series. Well, it wasn't the division, it was the first round of the playoffs, I should say. First round of the Division Championship Series. Pitch. Swinging on another high fly ball into foul territory and right, and it lands by the scoreboard. No chance for anyone to get it. The runners will turn around and head back. Made a foul by about 2 feet.
Yeah, Gronkowski almost got it right in front of that corner there near the scoreboard, but not quite. Couldn't quite get it.
There's no padding over there with that brick wall and that metal grate protecting the scoreboard. Very dangerous area to make a running play. So
right.
Sometimes it's safer just to let those balls drop. Try to make a diving grab for it or anything like that. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Bases are loaded. Clem at the plate, the pitch. Ball 3 outside, the count is full. A walk here would bring home another run. The Gulls are already lead at 6-2. After Clem, Blake Church. Clem has 2 walks on the night. Mark Peterson, third pitcher of the night for the Twisters. Looks in, his payoff pitch. Ball 4, he walked in a run. Clem gets a run batted in. Third walk of the night. Bases remain, though, due with 1 out for Blake Church. Church has been hit by a pitch twice tonight and struck out swinging in the 4th. At third base, and is for the Newport Gulls, Jeff Miller. At second, Kyle Hankett, who walked. At first, Zach Clem. Pitch is missing, ball 1 to Blake Church.
Well, Twister pitching having major troubles here in the 6th inning. First, Kantakevich, and 3-run inning now for the Gulls.
The 1-0. Strike called. Fastball down the middle. Counts even at 1-1. Afrani, Hagstrom, and Wendell have all scored here in the 6th. second straight 3-run inning for Newport. They lead it 7-2. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Time is called. Church, 8th man to bat here in the 6th. 8 men batted in the 5th. The 1-1, swing and a ground ball chopper foul up the third baseline. Counts 1-2. Lake Church has 1 home run this season, 14 runs batted in. Looking to pad his statistics a little bit here. 1 out, 1-2 the count. Looking in, Peterson sets and deals. Swing and a drive in the right field. This ball will be off the glove of the center fielder. It'll score a run. It may score 3. The ball's being sent around. And in the second, with a double, is Blake Church, who clears the bases. The Newport Gulls lead it 10-2. About to see an instant replay on that one. That ball is off the glove of the center fielder, Orge, who trailed it out there by the light tower. He dove for it, couldn't make the catch. And everybody was sent around with 1 out. Here's the instant replay. So unable to make the diving catch out there. And then everybody sent around. It looked like Clem and Hinkard crossed the plate almost simultaneously. Newport Gulls lead at 10-2. The pitcher Burnham grounded to the second baseman. He has it, flies to first in time for the inning's second out. Advancing to third is Blake Church. So Church gets his 15th, 16th, and 17th RBIs this season.
Some inning by the Gulls here in the 6th, 10-2 now.
They batted around now that Burnham has grounded out. Franny doubled to start off this inning, scored a run. He's 2 for 3 tonight. And an RBI single in the second is the pitch from Peterson. In there for a called strike. Newport Gulls lead it 10-2. And things are looking dim for the Twisters here in this game.
Affronti from Lemoyne College.
Gulls matchup number is 2. They have to win 2 games, including tonight, in order to clinch the NACBL South. The pitch. Strike call. The count's 0-2. Manchester Silkworms lost tonight, defeated by the lowly Lowell Mill City All-Americans 4-3. So they will fall at 2 games back if the Gulls hold on in this game. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 of Franny, the rare strikeout to end the inning. The Newport Gulls send 10 men to the plate and score 6 of them, and now lead at 10-2 after 6 as we continue on the Newport Gulls Television Network. Back here now at Cardines Field, and Newport Gulls out now to a 10-2 lead. Out for a second inning of relief is Travis Webb, and here with the play-by-play for the 7th and 8th innings is Jeremy Pollutro.
All right, thanks Nick Lima, as Guerrera, Snyder, and Just do up here in the top of the 7th inning. A 10-2 game here from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Gulls over the Twisters.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for the Torrington Twisters, the catcher.
The pitching coach for the Gulls still out on the field. He's going out to the mound to talk to Webb. See, that's number 25, Mike Combs. He's the manager, actually, for the Gulls. There's a little conference out on the mound and with the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what that's about. But a mammoth 6th inning for the Newport Gulls. Twisters went through 2 pitchers in the inning. First, Pat Kantakevich came in, and they had to lift him, and then Mark Peterson came in. They gave up that 3-run double, but after that he was able to retire him, so 10-2 now. Gulls with the lead. For the Torrington Twisters, 2 more games left after tonight. 2 home games for Fusenage Park. Saturday against the Mill City All-Americans, a 7 p.m. start, and then Sunday the 31st, a 6 p.m. start as the Sanford Mainers come into town, and that's the last regularly scheduled game of the season. And going into tonight's action, the Newport Gulls are 22-16 in first place in the Southern Division. The Torrington Twisters in 5th place, 17-22. They're 5.5 out. So we'll see what happens. A large huddle on the mound out there, though. Travis Webb came in the last inning. And I'm not sure if he's not leaving. Somebody else walked off the field, but all right, I guess Travis Webb is leaving. So we'll see who the new pitcher is going to be. He's going to be coming in. Again, this is Jeremy Pollutro along with Nick Lima. We're on the Newport Gulls television network tonight. Number 19, so that would be Bill Muldowney coming in. He's a right-hander from University of Pittsburgh. He's a sophomore from Westchester, Pennsylvania. 6'1", 205 pounds. Again, that's Bill Muldowney. Yeah, right before the start of the inning, they decided to lift Travis Webb. So Bill Muldowney. I'll have the line on him in a moment. Muldowney on the season, a 3.09 earned run average, 3-win, no-loss record for the Gulls in 6 appearances. 5 games started. In 32 innings pitched, he's given up 28 hits, 13 runs, 11 earned runs, walked 7, struck out 37. And a 237 average by opposing hitters against Bill Muldowney. All right, back here, strike one call on the first pitch to Lee Guerrera. Again, that's Bill Muldowney on the mound for the Newport Gulls here in the 7th inning. 10-2 score. Gulls with the lead. Muldowney kicks and delivers. That pitch, a fastball, a little bit too low, ball 1. Counting was up 1 ball, 1 strike to Lee Guerrera, who's 0 for 2. He grounded out to second base in the 3rd and then grounded out to shortstop in the 5th inning. The Twisters catcher, right-handed hitter. Muldowney delivers a fastball, broken bat, bouncer out near second base. Taken on the second hop is Miller, and throw down to first, and they got him. No, 1 away here in the 7th. 4-3 goes to play. Now we'll go back to the top of the Twisters order. Jordy Snyder, the Twister shortstop, will be the batter next. They pick up the pieces of that bat out at home plate. That thing broken about 3 pieces. 2 slivers and then the rest of the bat. Snyder tosses it out of play. Again, Muldowney on the mound for the Gulls now from University of Pittsburgh. And as Jordy Snyder digs in, he's a left-hand batter. 1 for 3. He singled in the 1st. Scored a run, grounded out the 2nd and the 3rd, and struck out in the 5th. Muldowney's first pitch to him was a fastball. Makes the lower 3rd of the strike zone, called strike 1. 0-1 to count. And Newport 10, Torrington 2. They're in the 7th. And Muldowney's pitch is low for ball 1. 1-1-1, a little bit lower. It's too low, as Just is on deck. Muldowney delivers. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2 on Snyder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the Newport Gulls really ran. It was a close game all the way till the 6th inning. The Newport Gulls just really ran away with it in the 6th inning. That pitch is outside and a bit low for ball 2. County was up 2-2 on Snyder, now 10-2. Everybody playing pretty much straight away for the Gulls as Muldowney delivers. That pitch is inside and low for ball 3. Now the count full on Snyder, 3-2. And the payoff pitch for Muldowney is swung on a bouncer near first base. Taken on the second hop by the first baseman Church. Racing to the bag is Muldowney, and they got him for out number 2. Back-to-back bounce outs. That play went 3-1. So Snyder retired, and now the batter will be Michael Just, the Twister second baseman. He's officially 1 for 2. He doubled to left in the 1st. Struck out looking in the 3rd, and then drew a walk back in the 5th. It was caught stealing. Out 2-6. The right-handed hitter taps the bat on home plate. And he's up with it. Bill Muldowney on the mound. Sets, kicks, delivers. That pitch right down the middle. Called strike 1 to Just. And Michael Just out of Liberty University. He's been a good all-around player for the Twisters throughout this season. Plays over the plate. Up in the batter's box. The pitch. That one misses a little too low over the plate. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Perez on deck. That pitch is swung off foul tip, bounced onto the screen behind home plate. Actually, no, he didn't. That was ball 2. Low in the dirt and bounced up. Actually looked away for a second there, and I couldn't tell. I figured he swung and foul tipped it. That's ball 2, 2-1. Muldowney's 2-1 pitch is swung on, a hard hit bouncer. Taken on the second hop down on third base by Hagstrom. The throw across the diamond, and the side is retired. 5-3 goes the play. So Muldowney, no hits allowed, no runs, nobody left on. At the end of 6.5, it's the Newport Gulls 10 and the Torrington Twisters 2 in NECBL action on the Newport Gulls television network. Back at Cordine's Field, Hagstrom up there. The first pitch, a fastball, a little bit high, ball 1. Hagstrom, Wendell, and Brown do up here. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Newport 10, Torrington 2. Back on the mound for the Twisters is Mark Peterson. His pitch is a fastball that dips in too low. Ball 2. 2-0 to Eric Hagstrom, third baseman for the Gulls. And Peterson from Central Connecticut State University going into his second inning. Pitch is swung on, a hard hit bouncer down to just at second base. He takes the roller, throws down to Gronkowski, and 1 down. A quick 1 out here for Peterson and the Twisters in the 7th. 4-3 for the first out. And then Andy Wendell, the number 9 hitter, will step in. He's the catcher for the Gulls.
The catcher, Andy
Bats right-handed.
Wendell walked back in the 6th, had the sacrifice bunt to advance the runner in the 5th.
Swung on, straight back on the wall behind home plate, 0-1.
Brought out to end the 2nd inning.
And Mark Peterson on the mound for the Twisters. Leans in for the signs. Now he sets and delivers. That pitch doesn't break as it goes in way too high. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike to Wendell. Brown on deck. And Peterson. Relief roll with the Twisters. The pitch is stuck his bat out and fouled it straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Andy Wendell.
Get that backstop dates back to 1908. Original framework. Sure, it's been replaced a few times.
Wendell out of Villanova. He's a sophomore. And the pitch from Peterson. That pitch misses outside and a bit low. Ball 2. Counting is back up on Wendell. 2-2.
Well, the Twisters running up their season against a couple games against the Northern Division. Not a lot of opportunities to come back into the top 4 spots now.
2-2 pitches. A line drive right up the middle into center field. Just out of the reach of just. Oh, 1 out single for Wendell. That was a well hit ball.
I haven't seen too many from Wendell lately. He's been a little bit of a slump. It's back in the start of the season. Sean McGill was in left field, and Wendell was a regular catcher. And the Gulls were short outfielders. When Hankwood and Clem arrived, Wendell was designated as the backup catcher, and his average began to fall as he only came in intermittently.
Scott Brown steps in now, and the pitch is swung on. A well-hit ball to center. Orge going back a few steps and makes the catch in straightaway center. Almost right at the perfect spot. 2 down. First pitch swing by Brown. Fly out to the number 8 position. That'll bring up Jeff Miller, the number 2 hitter. He's the second baseman. He's 1 for 4. He struck out swinging in the first, looking in the third. Grounded out to second base in the 5th, and then singled to center in the 6th for an RBI, and later scored on the double.
Critical importance right now to the Twisters. The game North Adams is playing versus Holyoke. The game's underway now.
A pitch inside corner, called strike 1 on Miller.
In order to stay 1 game out of 4th place, North Adams will have to lose that game versus the Giants. It's being played on the North Adams home turf.
Swung on and bounced foul on the wall just to the left of home plate. 0-2.
As it stands right now, the Newport Gulls will have a 2-game lead over the 2nd place Manchester Silkworms in the NECBL South. Danbury 3rd place, followed by North Adams, and then Torrington. Again, only the top 4 get into the playoffs.
Peterson leans in for the signs. There's an 0-2 count, and the pitch. That one's called strike 3. A dejected Miller heads back to the dugout. A backwards K on that one in the scorebook. Side is retired, so Peterson picks up a strikeout in the inning. 1 hit, no runs come across, nobody left on. At the end of 7 innings complete, the score remains the same. Newport 10, Torrington 2 in NECBL action on the Newport Gulls television network.
Back here now at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Newport Gulls on top 10-2. Just wondering, that Humvee out there, what if that Humvee were to break down? As the Rhode Island National Guard does appetizers between innings. If that were to break down, that would make for a pretty interesting game. You know, players having to play the caroms off the Humvee.
Never mind having to watch out for the different types of outfield fences and buildings, but they got to watch for an actual stationary vehicle in the middle of the outfield.
Be extreme baseball. Here once again at the play-by-play for the 8th inning, and Jeremy Pollutro.
All right, Perez, Wilson, and Gronkowski do up 3, 4, and 5 in the twister order. Back on the mound for the Newport Gulls is Bill Muldowney. Actually, that might be a new pitcher, number 11.
Let's see.
That would be Josh Laersy.
Josh Laersy, yes. Laersy is a 4.15 ERA, 2-2 in the season, 17 appearances, all in relief. Laersy has a save. He's pitched 30 innings, got up 35 hits, 16 runs, 14 of them earned. He has walked 6, struck out 28. He's got up 2 home runs, a triple, 7 doubles. He's hit 4 batters, 2 wild pitches. He can be wild from time to time, however, when he's on, he is on.
He'll work to Perez as he kicks and delivers. A first pitch, a fastball right down the middle, called strike 1 to Andres Perez. Perez is 0 for 3, but has driven in a run on that ground out in the first inning. That pitch is swung on, a well-hit ball right up the middle, a base hit into center field. Oh, there's his first hit of the game. Lead off the 8th inning. Twisters have a long way to go to come back in this one, as this is the 8th. As the catcher Wendell goes out to the mound to talk to Josh Laersy. Hey, Laersy, left-hander out of Georgia Southern University, the sophomore.
Newport Gulls would like to thank the Rhode Island National Guard for their support of our country. Rhode Island National Guard night here at Cardines Field in Newport. Tonight's 50-50 raffle went to benefit the Middletown Little League.
First pitch to Stephon Wilson is called strike 1, 0-1 to count. Wilson's 2 for 3, grounded back to the pitcher in the first, then doubled to deep center in the 4th, and then singled to left in the 6th. Throw down to first, back safely standing up is Perez. Stephon Wilson out of Harvard University. He's a right-handed batter. Twisters' top hitters of the season. Laersy sets at the belt, kicks and delivers. That pitch is swung on, bouncer just fouled by a couple of feet down to third baseline. Goes way down, kicking way down in the corner near the bullpen area and bounces out. 0-2 now on Stephon Wilson. Gronkowski on deck as Wendell heads back out in front of the mound with his pitcher. And that's Josh Laersy in there now. Bill Muldowney was in for 1 inning for the Gulls. Started out in the 6th, actually, then pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. Now in the 8th, it's Josh Laersy. So left-hander delivers. That pitch is taken high, a bit of a fastball. Ball 1-2. And nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th. 10-2, Newport. Laersy sets and delivers. That pitch, fastball that misses a little bit outside. Ball 2. Count evens back up on Wilson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lively crowd here at Cardines Field. As Nick mentioned earlier, not the largest crowd you'd ever want to see. This is a makeup game. Another line foul bouncing beyond third base down the corner. Count stays 2-2. Wilson high in the league leaders in most offensive categories. Had his 9th double of the season earlier in this game. And the pitch is swung on, popped in the air, out of play. That'll be way out of play, way down the corner, landing on the roofs down there. Count holds 2-2. Moved it over about 20 feet. It might have been a home run. over that right field fence. So Lairsey ready again. And delivers to Wilson. Swung on and missed a hard cut, strike 3. So Lairsey picks up his first strikeout of the game. Now there's one out here in the 8th with a runner on first and Perez. Heading to the plate now will be Gordy Gronkowski, the Twister first baseman. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in the first and again in the 4th inning, but drew a walk back in the 6th.
The first baseman, number 4.
Gronkowski's a right-hander.
Gronkowski.
Digs in. He's a tall one, about 6 feet 6 inches tall. Pretty much straight away are all the Newport Gulls. Pretty deep in the outfield. Josh Lairsey looks down to first, then delivers to the plate. Called strike 1 right over the plate. And Lairsey ready again. That pitch is low in the dirt, gets past the catcher as Perez races down to second base. That pitch was low in the dirt for Wendell. That probably will be a wild pitch, I think. So Perez down there. Right, wild pitch. That's ball 1, obviously. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gronkowski. So now down in scoring position is Perez down at second base. He takes his lead. Josh Lairsey on the mound now. He has 1 out. Strikeout he picked up in the pitch. Lower third of the strike zone, drops into for strike 2 call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heron on deck for the Twisters. Crowd make a little noise. I'd like to see another strikeout from Lairsey. And his pitch, that one's way outside, a little bit low. Ball 2, counting was up 2-2 on Gronkowski. And Gronkowski out of the University of Jacksonville. In a little bit at third base is Hagstrom, as opposed to the other infielders all out on the edge of the grass. The home plate umpire calls time. Gronkowski steps out.
We'll have an official attendance report in the last half of the 8th.
That pitch is low in the dirt. Stopped by the catcher. Ball 3. Count now full on Gronkowski.
No announcement yet on my fantasy game tonight. And it is a makeup, so not a huge crowd on hand.
And the payoff pitch is swung on, hit in the air, popped up to center. Brown going back. And he will get under it. Nope, that
it's gone.
Ends up, it's a home run. Up into all the fence up there. Way up there, and that's a home run, a 2-run shot for Gordy Gronkowski, a full count pitch.
Well, that ball is hit very high, but didn't appear to be all that deep. However, what's strange about Cardin's Field out there in right center really juts out a lot. So any ball that's hit high in the air might get picked up in the wind, and a very strong sea breeze about 40 to 50 feet high blowing across the field here right off the water, and that ball just got picked up by that breeze and kept going over the vines out there in center and out of the ballpark.
First pitch to Gerard Heron. Goes inside, ball 1.
Gronkowski gets his 3rd home run of the season, and the Twisters are within 6 now.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a pop-up, and he was going to catch it, and instead that ended up going into all the vines up there on the fence. That pitch is called strike 1, outside portion of the strike zone. 1-1 on Heron.
The ball looked like it started to fall. I was following it through the light towers, and it looked like it was going to fall right to Brown, and then all of a sudden it just picked up and took off.
And Brown looked like he was planting himself under a fly ball. I thought he was going to catch the ball. As Lairsey delivers, that pitch is a fastball, lower third of the strike zone, called strike 2, 1-2.
The ball was out there in the outfield, paused in midair, mind you, and took off into center and over the 30-foot high fence.
And the 1-2 pitch is swung on, bounced foul off the screen, and bounced over off near third base bag. Count holds 1-2.
Of course, those fences were no match for the home run derby here at Cardin's Field on Sunday prior to the All-Star game, which you saw on the Newport Gulls television network.
And the pitch popped up, shallow right. Coming over is Brown and Hankard will come over and make the catch in shallow right center. 2 away here in the 8th. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Nick DeVito, Twister right fielder. He's 0 for 4. He's had a very rough night. He struck out all 3 times, and 1 time was looking in the 4th. He's a right-handed hitter. He joined the Twisters about a week ago, so played in a few games. That pitch misses outside a bit low, ball 1.
Looking at the auxiliary roster, I can see a lot of Twisters that have joined the team late. They've had a very large roster this season.
Right. Pitch swung on and missed a hard swing. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You have to wonder, have there been many injuries on the team?
There have been a couple injuries, but a couple players got drafted at the very beginning of the season and had to make.
Trent and Leonard both left, as well as Laurent and
Called
Wembley.
strike 2, outside corner. There was an injury to Lowell, Tyler Lowell, who was one of our catchers, so we needed to get Guerrera. Give Heron a rest too. And then DeVito. Need an extra hitter for the stretch drive here. Check swing, he did go around. They called him out. Another strikeout for DeVito. As he is now 0 for 4 and the side is retired. Nobody left on, but Twisters pick up 2 runs on a 2-run home run by Gronkowski. And the score now at the end of 7.5, the Gulls 10, the Twisters 4 in NECBL action on the Newport Gulls Television Network.